Welcome at ISC 25. I have the pleasure to have with me Torsten Hoefler, Professor of ETH Zurich, Chief Architect for Machine Learning and AI at CSCS, and Program Chair of this year ISC. Torsten, first of all, congratulations for this very successful conference. The program seems to be, was very exciting as far as I can say. What are your impressions now? It's almost the end of the conference, so what do you want to tell us?
Many of these program elements were extremely successful, I have to say. So the motto this year was connecting. And we are really connecting everything. So we're connecting people, we're connecting communities, we're connecting technical fields, we're connecting generations with the student cluster competition just standing over there, and the older generation like us interacting with the next bosses in some sense. So that has been the highlight.
I have been in various discussions and talks. You were also in this fishbowl panel, and there seems to be a lot of negativity or concerns about AI. You actually were the one positive. But what do you think? Why our scientists or the people in the field are so still skeptical about AI? What danger do they see in AI?
Well, there was an article and also a discussion at that particular panel where it was basically pitching AI against HPC, calling AI one of those killer applications that would kill HPC. I actually think I would like the other interpretation of the killer application, and maybe that's what Edison meant, but it came across a little bit differently, at least at the panel, was that this application is going to be the largest application of high-performance computing. But at the end, AI is high-performance computing. In fact, AI is a complement to the traditional scientific simulation that we are seeing, and together they would be stronger. So, but what does it mean for high-performance computing then? Well, it means that high-performance computing is going to be dominated by AI. Many architectures will be designed for AI workloads. Scientific computing will have to follow this design. But there's nothing new in our community. Essentially, GPUs were designed for games, for game consoles. We've leveraged them. We developed them into devices that drove the next AI generation. It's amazing what we can do. And now we can look at specialized data types for AI. We can develop that into maybe a new field. Who knows? At the end, high-performance computing is driving the progress of humanity to some extent. And it is the engine that drives AI.
You said it very well. AI is shaking the community, is pushing the community, but on the other hand, the community is flourishing because of this. But in your opinion, what is the real big challenge now that is ahead of us, let's say in the next 3 to 4 years?
The real big challenge is to look at the market, to really make sure that we have a flourishing vendor ecosystem that can provide AI products at reasonable cost to everybody. And we have that. We have various accelerator offerings to AI systems, especially on the inference side. There's a large number of companies who offer that. On the networking side, it's not so much. There's a very small number of companies. And now what happened this year at this year's conference is actually we released the Ultra Ethernet specification 1.0, which is a vehicle to agree on a protocol for networking devices. So now, with that release, everybody can go and read that specification. And by the way, full disclosure, I've been involved in writing that specification in a leading role with many other people. So it's a huge organization that just put this out. But this enables now a vendor ecosystem where many vendors of networking hardware can contribute their ideas to all have a common ecosystem. And that is extremely important to drive the future of a healthy market.
Yeah, so basically you are saying it will not only be one or two vendors. Now the scenario is really going to change completely, and there will be a lot of more partners engaged in the game.
Yes, and in the next, you asked about what are we going to see, what are the challenges. In the next couple of years, we are actually going to see that development of that ecosystem. And we will see at this show floor, I'm predicting that in the next 5 years, the number of networking vendors will grow, and we will be seeing that market develop to a healthy style. And this will lower cost, this will be a better product at the end. Most forms of standardization are increasing things. At the end, the language we are speaking is a standardized way of communicating. So we speak English here. I know you speak Italian.
Yeah.
I speak German. But we find a common way to communicate. And that is exactly what Ultra Ethernet is. It's a common protocol for all these different vendors to communicate. Of course, it's not a human language, not a natural language, but it's the language of AI that they're speaking over that interconnect.
So this is a very nice message, actually, to close our chat. I also know that you are on your way to San Francisco to receive your ACM Computing Award. So congratulations again, and it's always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much.